All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we're talking Chicago Bears rookie running back Kyle Monangai and this dominant Bears rushing attack. They physically eviscerated the Eagles on Black Friday, and we'll break down everything they did so well, as always, in the comment section below. Give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to support us, consider becoming a member of our channel. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's get started with the basic running concept here. You can see Kyle Monangai directly lined up behind quarterback Caleb Williams in a single back look. We're going to get a little pre-snap motion across the formation in this direction and just get flow from the linebackers and safeties to follow them. But it's going to be a simple concept. We're going to get the tight end working up to the next level, tackle working out, base reach right here, center double team working up to the next level, block right here, backside scoop, Trapillo working out to secure the backside, 14 inserting right here to pick up the flow player coming across, and Monangai is just going to attack off tackle right here, just trying to hit that space. And look, it's one of these plays where the way you draw it up isn't always how it works out, but this time it's blocked to perfection, and 25 finishes the run for a huge play. Let's check it out. There's motion, there's a snap, there's a handoff. Look at this hole, big hole. Nice finish from Monangai, breaking tackles, falling forward. Love to see that. I mean, this is everything you want in a run, guys. Break it all the way down. It's perfectly blocked. Watch this double team at the point of attack. 52-73. Get movement up to the next level. Pancake block. Watch this block. 73 right here. Boom. That is awesome. That is awesome. How about on the backside? Backside scoop, cutoff block. Perfectly done there. You can see left tackle, Trapillo working out. 14 inserting, getting the fold player. Nicely done there. How about Darnell Wright, point of attack? Creates the hole there. Nicely done. I mean, this is an A+ across the board. Kyle Monangai, pretty simple right here, just to hit this huge hole, which he does a good job, again, avoiding the Philadelphia Eagle, trying to work through the block, north and south here. But the breaking the tackles and finishing the run, that's what I love from this young back. Tackle originally made right around the 30-yard line, breaks that tackle, falls forward, 14, 15 yards after contact. Again, this is a 20, 25-yard run based on blocking, but it's a 40-yard run based on Monangai's finish. Phenomenal job across the board for the Bears. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at this. I mean, watch this pancake block right here, guys. I mean, that is just I am better than you at life right here. Boy, oh boy, nicely done by the Bears play side. I apologize for the shaky cam right here from the Eagles film crew. Obviously, I must be a little bit frustrated for how the game was going because, boy, oh boy, not stable in terms of their shots when it comes to the footage. But the blocking here, guys, it is just perfect. I mean, look at this crease. This is absolutely massive. This is supposed to be a proud Eagles defense, and it is a talented, very well-coached Philadelphia Eagles team. Wouldn't know it, though, with the way the Bears dominated. But again, Monangai with the finish. That's what I really like. Huge hole, gets up to the next level, north and south. Contact originally made right around the 31. Where does he go down, guys? All the way out to the 44. Again, 13 yards after contact. That's what I love about this young back. He adds extra yards. The offensive line tight end scheme creates this huge 20-yard run. He adds 15 more to it. Great job again across the board for this Bears offense. All right, next play is going to be a power concept. We're going to get a double team right here between the left tackle and left guard, working up to the backside linebacker, center blocking back here, guard pulling here to kick out the defensive end. The tight end H-back over here, he's going to act as the fullback, and he's going to loop around here and try and block the linebacker. Monangai is going to take a counter step and then just follow his blocks through the hole just like that. But this is actually pretty well handled by the Philadelphia Eagles. This defensive end right here does a good job beating the pulling guard, and the tight end here doesn't do a great job on the linebacker, but Monangai does a great job getting, again, extra yards. As he looks to hit this hole, he realizes it's blown up here. He cuts back and, again, finishes strong north and south with a productive run. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's a handoff. North and south. Nice little run. But Philadelphia does a pretty good job defending this, right? You can see the defensive end work through the guard. Shock shed. He's right in the hole. You can see the tight end looping around right here for the play side linebacker. Linebacker's able to fight off the block. But what does Monangai do? Makes these blockers right by cutting back and then getting north and south. I love this from 25. This is a really good double team right here by Trapillo in 62. Move him out of the way, get up to the backside linebacker. Nicely done by the left side of this Bears offensive line. Love to see it. The young left tackle stepping up, guys. Awesome sequence here for number 75. 62 getting great movement. But again, running back Kyle Monangai. The play is designed to hit basically right off 73's butt. But if he runs right there, he gets tackled. If he runs a little bit to the right of there, he gets tackled. But he cuts back all the way and finishes hard. One of the things I like about Kyle Monangai is that when he cuts back, it's north and south. You notice how he's not juking or spinning or doing anything funky or just crazy. It's just good, solid north and south physical running, getting extra yards. Nice job by the back. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at it right here. Watch the defensive end blow this play up. Right there. They're in a position to make the play. This is good defense from Philadelphia right here. But Monangai makes the blockers right, north and south, and finishes the run. Again, falling forward. Where was contact initially made, guys? Right around, what, the 47-yard line? Where does he fall forward to? The 49. Again, 2 yards after contact, not a whole heck of a lot. But every yard counts, every foot counts, because as we saw for the Bears over the course of their Black Friday victory, is that they wore the Eagles down. And running backs like Monangai that will fall forward, turning 3-yard runs into 5-yard runs, 20-yard runs into 35-yard runs, they wore down a defense like we saw last week. All right, this next play was really good by Kyle Monangai. You can see him right there, line up directly behind Caleb Williams in a single back look. And this is going to be a downhill gap concept for the Bears. We're going to get a block out here, double team action right here, working up to the next level. Base block here, tight end working out. They're going to bring a wide receiver in motion pre-snap, and he's going to insert right here. And it's going to be a handoff from Kyle Monangai. And what the Eagles are trying to do is basically create a lot of pressure here, a lot of penetration there, force Monangai to bounce where the linebacker can then scrape and make the play. But number 25 does an incredible job. He has to bounce because of the penetration, just like this, but then he makes a linebacker miss by going back inside and falling forward for a productive play. 25 quickly becoming a stud for the Bears. Let's check it out. There's a motion. There's a snap. There's the bounce out. Makes a miss, though. Good hard run. Good finish. Great back. My goodness gracious. Look at this run from Monangai. Again, not perfectly blocked at all for the Bears, right? You can see the center kind of gets beat a little bit there. That's not great. The guard tries to work up to the next level. Doesn't get much on Nakobe Dean. That's not great there. Darnell Wright, kind of bases up the defensive end, but he gets walked back a little bit. It's one of those things where it's not perfectly blocked by the Bears at all. I mean, they get hats on hats a little bit, but a lot of this is Kyle Monangai. Again, bounces it outside. Number 17's right there. He's dead to rights. Watch Monangai right here. Foot in the ground, north and south, makes a miss, and then finishes hard. Making people miss and then finishing runs. My goodness gracious, this is awesome from the young back. We saw him eviscerate the Saints, eviscerate the Bengals, and now we see him eviscerate the Philadelphia Eagles. You're seeing a trend emerge with Kyle Monangai as a part of this Bears rushing attack. The Bears have been looking for their complement to Swift, and they've got it in 25. He's probably no longer the complement, I would say. He may be the star of this team, not just for the rest of this season, but for many years to come. All right, from the wide copy, looks really, really good. Watch Monangai here at the snap. What he's going to do once he sees the pressure at his face, bounces it outside. Again, he looks dead to rights right there. This is going to be a play for no gain, and he makes a miss and then falls forward. Yards after contact, guys. That's what I'm going to talk about all the time. So Nakobe Dean right there. If you count right there, 49-yard line all the way up to the 42, 7 yards after contact. That's pretty darn good. But let's just say 17 just totally whiffed, and Monangai made him look silly, and that's not yards after contact, just for argument's sake. Instead, he's hit right there around the 46, 45-yard line of Philadelphia. He goes all the way down to the 42. Again, we're talking 4 yards of physical contact. This is what you get from 25, making people miss. Notice every single run, guys, where is it? North and south. Not a lot of lateral, not a lot of sprinting towards the sideline. He's all about getting north and south. The shortest distance between 2 points, shortest distance to the end zone is a straight line, and Kyle Monangai embodies that to a T. All right, this next play is going to be a toss concept, and you can see Kyle Monangai right there once again lined up in a single back look behind Caleb Williams. They're going to bring the tight end in motion pre-snap, and they're going to try and lead at the point of attack right here. And it's going to be a lot of base reaches, base reach here. We're going to try and get base reach here, working up to the next level. We're going to get backside scoops right here. But what ends up happening is Monangai gets the toss as he feels the pressure from 98, and then he has to cut it back inside. But what I love what happens next for 25, because then the cavalry arrives for the Philadelphia Eagles. They got everyone pursuing. It looks like it's going to be a big play for the defense. Let me clean up the screen for you guys there. But once he gets north and south, he runs into the Eagles, and he falls forward. He delivers the blow. This is just why Kyle Monangai, to me, is a future star. Current star. Let's call him a current star. That's what he is. Let's check it out. There's a motion. There's a snap. There's a toss. Has to cut back, north and south. Decent little gain. But the play looks dead to rights, right? You can see 98, good play. Sets the edge, kind of blows this play up. You can see number 90 does a good job holding up the guard right there. Number 73 can't get to Nakobe Dean. Right, you can see 32 inside. They're trying to set up a crackback block on him. He's kind of in position to make the play. So it's not a really well-blocked play once again for the Bears, right? This is good defense from Philadelphia. But Monangai turns it into a good play. Contact made there. Look where he falls forward. 3-4 yards after contact. Every single time. Who gets the worst of this? The running back or the defender? The defender does. The defender's flat on his face. He wasn't even part of the tackle. He actually kind of ran through number 32 there. This is really physical running from Kyle Monangai, and he can do it all. Making people miss an open field. We saw it on the previous play. North and south, fast runner, good quick guy. Maybe not a home run hitter in terms of straight line speed, but boy, oh boy, is he a productive back. And again, I love the physicality, and I love how he always falls forward, just like we see here. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at it. There's the motion pre-snap. There's the toss. Well defended. Cut back. Look at those yards after contact, guys. Where's the ball snapped? Right, the 15-yard line of Philly. They've got penetration. They got guys right around the line of scrimmage. This is pretty well defended by the Eagles' run defense. I mean, you could look at maybe the defensive end right here gets moved a little bit there, but they've got hats on hats inside for the Bears, and the Eagles win them all, right? Darnell Wright, not a great block there. Not terrible, but not great. 73, like I said, can't get up to the linebacker. It's one of those things where the Bears have the bodies, but the Eagles win a lot of the blocks. It should be a dead play. But right here, Monangai, when he cuts back north and south, there's the contact right around, what, the 14? Where does he go down? The 10. 4 yards after contact. This is what breaks a defense's spirit. When you play it well, the Bears had a good scheme. Again, they got the hats on the hats, but the Eagles play it well. They're in position to make the play, and the running back still turns into a 5-yard run. This is how you dominate. All right, so what happens when you physically dominate a team snap after snap, snap after snap, snap after snap is they lose their assignment integrity. And you're going to see this right here with the standard inside zone run concept working to the right side of your screen, the offensive left. And again, basic zone concept stuff. Base reach there, base reach there, base reach there. Everyone taking zone track here for the Chicago Bears, right? Running back taking this track right here, trying to go north and south, potentially cut back wherever you can find a hole. But this is a situation where you can see the gap assignments. Gap here, gap here, gap here, gap here, gap here, gap here, right? They got guys, the Eagles do, at every single gap. But when you've been physically beat up snap after snap and the Bears are on the doorstep, they're on the 5-yard line, you get a little cute. You get out of your skis a little bit. You lose your integrity when it comes to your gaps. And we're going to see this from the Philadelphia Eagles. They start jumping around gaps. They start over pursuing, and it opens up a huge cutback lane and a touchdown for the Bears. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the run. Cutback. Huge hole. Touchdown Chicago. Look at these Eagles. Where's their gap integrity? Number 17. Completely washed down. Huge hole. How about Jalen Carter, the all-pro? Remember, his gap is between Darnell Wright and the tight end. Nowhere near it. Look at this hole. Carter's playing Caleb Williams. They are literally running all over the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles defensive linemen, they're all pros. Like, listen, I've given up on the run game. It doesn't matter. I'm done. I'm playing the quarterback. I want sacks. I'm tired of getting my face driven into the freaking turf. This is how you impose your will. This is why you're the number 1 seed right now, Bears fans, and this is why your future is so bright. It's not necessarily Caleb Williams' development, although he's done good things. It's not the takeaways on defense, although those are great. It's being more physical. It is being able to run the football down a proud veteran defense's throat and embarrassing them on national TV in their own place, in their own building. I mean, look at this hole. I mean, this is humiliating if you're the Eagles. Look at this. My goodness gracious, you got people that have given up. Carter, he's given up. He's done. He doesn't want to play. Right? How about 94? Is he in his gap? No, he gets washed down inside. When you are able to just batter a team over and over and over again, you get them to quit, just like we see here. All right, from the wide copy, it looks even better. You can see Caleb Williams making his adjustments right there, pre-snap. There's the snap. There's the handoff. I mean, look at this. Jalen Carter's not even on the screen here at the end of this. He's an all-pro, right? He's supposed to be the run stuffer. He's nowhere near this, right? The defensive line completely washed down. No one has gap integrity. Linebacker out of position. Safety's not filling. They're tired of getting their teeth kicked in. Look at 27. Is this an effort play right here from this DB? Why isn't he firing down to try and make the play? Look at this. Doesn't even try. Because you broke their spirit, Bears fans. Because you were more physical. Your offensive line, your running game, Monangai, Swift, everyone, tight ends, Loveland, Komet. Right? Every single player, receivers inserting in the running game as well. They decided to show up Friday and absolutely pound the Eagles into submission. I love to see it. All right, this next play is a perfectly ran, from a running back's perspective, inside zone concept working to the offensive right. So everyone's just going to take their zone tracks here across the board for the Bears. Zone track here, double team working up to the next level. Backside scoop, Komet scooping there. Receiver's going to go in motion, then insert right here. Running back's going to take this track and then look to cut back wherever we can find a hole. But the patience and just the ability to read the hole and finish is outstanding from Kyle Monangai. This is why he's getting a lot more touches, guys, because he is running these plays to perfection. Let's check it out. Pre-snap motion. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Cut back. North and south. Finish the run. Nicely done. Now, why is this so perfect? Again, the Eagles actually play this okay at the point of attack. They get some penetration. They set the edge. That's pretty well defended. On the backside, though, Trapillo and company get some movement right there. But they've got guys filling. They've got a safety right there. They've got a chance to make this play. But watch Monangai. Watch how patient he is. Slow, slow, slow. Right there. One cut. North and south. One cut there to finish. And then run over people. This is perfectly run by Kyle Monangai. A lot of backs right here, you know what they do? They try and cut back up the hash. And they run into bodies. or they're too quick to make the cut. Right here, like, oh, I got to cut now. And they don't let the blocks develop. They don't let 75, Trapillo and company on the backside let these guys get moving and open up the crease. Watch this here from Monangai. Watch his entire process. He's going basically about 3/4 speed. This way, left, right, and now finish. It's not a dead sprint the entire time, guys. That's sort of a misnomer in terms of running, certainly when it comes to running zone, but running in general. You got to set up your blocks, be patient, find the crease, and always run north and south, and then run with physicality and nastiness. Watch what he does at the end here. Face stiff arm right into that defender's face, who's at 32's face. Look at this. Right there, right in his jawline, and then running over the safety to finish. Nice job by Monangai. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at it. Watch his patience. It's well defended. Cut back there, contact, finish. Let's do the yards after contact count, guys. One of my favorite things to do with number 25, right? Initially hit there at the Eagles 26. Where does he go down? The Eagles 20. 5.5 yards after contact. This is what he does every single snap, all day, every day. Perfectly ran here from Monangai. Again, he's on a dead sprint. He doesn't run too fast to put himself out of position early. When he cuts back, he doesn't cut back too aggressively and allow the defenders to potentially play off blocks. He times his cutback perfectly, and then right here when he hits the hole, he goes north and south again, following his blocks, and then finishes the run. Great job. All right, let's end on a beautiful looking concept here. It's just going to be a basic trap play. We're going to get the center blocking back this way, guard pulling, kicking out that defensive tackle, left guard working up to the backside linebacker. We're going to have the tackle anchoring down here. We're going to have Trapillo working up to the play side linebacker, tight end working out here. And Monangai, he's just going to take the handoff and go north and south. Again, nothing crazy. The trap's been around for decades in football, right? We've all ran a trap going back to, I feel like the 1800s it must have been in football, right? Been around a long time. But this is beautifully blocked and beautifully executed. And I want to focus on this play here because Kyle Monangai, he had a lot of really good runs. But this one here, nothing special. He just follows a huge hole, gets a positive play, and it just speaks to what I think the Bears can be going forward. Let's check it out. There's a snap, inside run, big crease, falls forward. What a surprise. Big play. Look at this blocking. Center, good. Guard, good. Play side guard, good. Tackles, good. Everything's good. Cole Kmet is the only guy here who, went a little bit stronger inside there, but, good enough. Kyle Monangai just hits the hole, follows his blocks, sets up his blocks. Nicely done. Right here you can see does a good job, doesn't run into any offensive lineman. Again, this is a huge hole, so this is sort of like checking the box from the young back right here. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the Bears, because they can run the trap concept. They can run inside zone. They can run downhill gap. They can do it all, guys. And because you have a back end with Monangai who is so physical, who finishes runs, it forces defenses to always be on their heels. And when they're always on their heels, you get them blown off the football like we see here. No offense is going to be able to be as efficient as the Bears the second half of the season. I truly believe that because this running game is at a whole nother level. This offensive line, Kyle Monangai, they have picked up the pace. They've picked up their execution. They're physical, they're tough, and they're crisp. They are a force the rest of the year.